Please get out of your Western mindset. And I don't mean this in the same way that people will say, oh, you're just teaching what Western culture teaches. You need to learn, what the ancient black man used to teach or what the ancient black man knew and how they changed it up and mixed it up and stole it and all these sorts of things. It's still not called black, just the purest form of melanin. All right, my guy. So understand this. Beyond America, get a world scope. If you were to go look at the census application for most of your sub-Saharan African nations, you will see that they will put in ethnicity. They usually leave it blank because there are many, many ethnicities within one African country. These are usually what we may call tribes, right? So their ethnicity is what we would call their tribe. They know that their ethnicity, if they choose, say, Bantu, or Yoruba or Igbo, they know that they are talking about black people, right? They don't have to identify it as black people in that sense. They'll break it down in ethnicity. Now, when they say race in one of these African countries, they distinguish between white and black. And that's what they call them, white and black. All right. Now, here is the difference. You see, between ethnicities, nationalities, races, these sorts of things. When you do look at the census data in somewhere like Ethiopia or Kenya, it will give the tribal ethnicity of the black people, but it will categorize all Europeans as white. So your statement would be in reverse for them because they don't say, oh, you're German, you're Swedish, you're French, you're British. No, they say, y'all white. Kenya is 97% black. When you look at their information and they break down their race, the race percentage of their country, they say 97% black and they say 2-3% white. Okay. And then it was about 2% white. Then they have like 1% others. When they look at India, they don't break India down in its ethnicities between the northern Indians, southern Indians, and then all the ethnicities within the northern and the southern Indians. They just say they're Asian or they're Indian. They don't break it down into their color because India is different. The Asian community that's inside of an African nation is just Asian or they're Chinese or Japanese. They go by their nationality instead of going by a color. So just because America does that, it's different. But even when you look at American census data, it doesn't categorize Caucasians based on if they're German descent, if they're English descent, or French descent, or Italian descent. No, it just says that they're Caucasian. And it just says you're black or African American. And we forced them to put the African American in there. It used to say Negro, right? So we forced that. We asked for that in the 60s. So it's a relatively new thing to have African American or Black American in there. Beforehand, it was Negro. They don't break it down. They'll say, oh, now they will break down Hispanics, Hispanic Black origin, Hispanic non-Black origin. They'll break those down to create a separation between the Hispanics. So each country does it differently. You cannot take your thoughts and impose that on the entire world because the world doesn't think like you think. Each country is going to do it in their own way. Basically, what I'm saying, the same way each country has the right to distinguish their people however they choose, so do I and everybody else. I am a black man. I am proud to be a black man. I'm a black man with Native ancestry, and I'm a black man with African ancestry. And yeah, there's a little bit of European ancestry in there too. I really don't care too much for that one, but it is there, and I will recognize that it is there. But I am proud to be a black man of African and indigenous descent. And you can't take that away from me because you don't like the word. Words, especially in English, have multiple definitions to them. Pretty much words in every language have multiple definitions, but we're just going to stick with English here. But words have multiple definitions. If you choose to only look at the negative of being a black person and saying that's what you are, that's your problem. It is not mine. Stop trying to force your problems to be my problems because they're not my problems. This is the beauty that all of us have the right to be able to think and to think critically and make decisions for ourselves. So I choose to be a black man, proud black man. Dun, 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 dun. Now I want to thank everybody on TikTok who gives gifts, everybody on Facebook who gives stars, and everybody on YouTube who gives super thanks. I appreciate you, and I want to thank everybody for sharing my videos. Y'all have a great day. Remember, you got to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.